Hello and welcome to the VKViewer demonstration video. Before we get into the VKViewer software, I'm just going to briefly talk about the source of the valve data in VKViewer. Why? Because you cannot print a complete test certificate from an ERP program. No ERP program contains anywhere close to enough detail on your valves to print a proper test certificate. Why does VKViewer have this data? Because all GE Dresser authorized GTCs and marks and dresser direct operations are required to use a program called ValveKeep. ValveKeep is purpose-built for valves and valve maintenance as well as all the reporting and analytical functions associated with that. The ValveKeep software is very powerful and has been in use at many of the authorized channel partners since the mid-1990s. VKViewer, which is what we're looking at today, it is the program that allows you, the owner of the valve, to access and benefit from the data your local GE Dresser Consolidated or Mason-Eland channel partner is keeping on your valves. VKViewer 6 is an embodiment of over 15 years of knowledge from our users and from us as a manufacturer, and we're delivering it to you in a web-enabled package that is second to none. VKViewer's detailed data includes images, critical dimensions, as shipped, as received, parts replaced, testing, assembly, additional documents, pre-testing, valves BER, and everything you can imagine about your valves. And that's accessible to you in VKViewer. If you are running an ERP program at your facility, you cannot print a thorough test certificate from it. There simply is not enough data inside your ERP program to print a detailed, accurate test report. VKViewer, used in conjunction with your marker GTC, allows you the level of detail you require for compliance, that you need for audits, that you need for insurance requirements, and that you need for your own peace of mind at your facility. Summarized, this means all of your valve assets, regardless of kind or manufacturer, are and have been documented by your GTC, mark, or Dresser Direct Repair Center for years without you needing to input a single keystroke. They have more detailed data on the life history of your valves than you do. And they're not only trained on how to track and input that data, they're audited by GE. You simply cannot get this level of service, detailed documentation, and analytical and reporting power anywhere else. After logging into VKViewer using the supplied username and password that allows you secure access to only your data, you'll be presented with the Valve Tree tab. The Valve Tree tab is really your home base, and almost all of the things you're going to do on a daily basis are accessible from here. Here in the center portion of the Valve Tree tab is the valve tree itself. The data is organized by owner and by plant and then by valve. I open up the plant that I am interested in and you'll see all of the valves listed in that plant regardless of kind or manufacturer. Here you see we have PSV Demo 1. Opening PSV Demo 1 shows me the life history of that valve. There's been 4 repair events to it in 04, 05, 07, and 2010. Opening any repair event allows me quick access to attached files, images taken, or parts that were touched during the repair. Including the unit level in the valve tree will change my instrument index listing of all of my valve assets to be by owner and by the plant, and then by all of the units that there are inside of that plant. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at one of the valves. Once we've logged into VKViewer and we've found the valve we're interested in, we can take a look at any repair that has been performed to the valve or print off any kind of test report or other test certificate that we're interested in. All of the reports are customized by the local GTC or mark and are specifically purpose-built to meet your and their needs in reporting. Here we see again we have found our valve PSV Demo 1, and we're going to take a look at the repair that occurred to it most recently. That was in 2010. Opening up that repair, you see we can take a look inside the attachments folder, and that shows us all of the attachments that were attached to that repair event, thoroughly documenting it. In this case, we're taking a look at the hydrostatic test report, and this was done for all of the parts that were replaced inside of that repair. Clicking on it downloads it to our local computer. I will open it up, and we have a quick access to any PDF, XLS, Word file, or any additional document that needed to be kept about the repair. I'm now back on my tree, and we will take a look inside of the images folder. These are all of the images that were attached to the repair, whether it's a part replaced, whether it is as received, whether it is as shipped. All of the parts, all of the images are here quick and easy for you to take a look at. You can of course compare images between repairs if you wanted to take a look at a past repairs pictures versus the current repairs pictures. Back on our valve tree, the final folder we see for every repair event or sale event that has occurred to our valves is the parts. The parts show us which parts were touched, which parts were replaced, which parts need to be replaced next repair. All of the detailed information you need about condition received, what happened, any recommendation is all kept in our parts folder. The repair data documenting each one of these events in the valve tree is stored in what's called the details form. Each valve kind has its own specific details form containing hundreds of fields documenting each repair event, and each details form has the same sort of layout. Across the top are tabs. These tabs are the general steps in the workflow process inside the repair facility, and the tabs include order information, general information, configuration information, nameplate processes, work performed as received and pre-test, parts dimensions, final test information, and quality control checklist items. Each one of these tabs has the as received and the as shipped information, so you can document any changes that have occurred to your valve. These details forms show you everything that's happened to the valve during any event that has occurred to it and are the vital link to the data that is being kept inside of the repair center. Printing a test certificate is as easy as globally finding a valve in question or visually finding the valve inside the tree. Once the event is located that you want to print the test report for, it's as simple as coming up and clicking the report button and then selecting the data sheet. Every Green Tag Center in Mark has customized data sheets that allow them to thoroughly document in the way that they need to all of the repairs that are happening for you. Here we see the test report that has been printed. Down here in the lower left, you see the to-do list. The to-do list is a great way for you to interact with the repair facility, guiding your valves through the repair process. Across the top we have buttons allowing us to access other functions. All of the analytical commands are located in the analysis button. The valve calendar is a very interesting visual tool that allows us to plan and see valves that are coming due or past due, or the repairs that have been performed to valves. Using the calendar, we can go into the past and look for valves that should have been repaired. For example, here on August the 8th, there's 2 relief valves that should have been repaired. Clicking on that day opens up a list of those valves, and from here we can access the details forms looking at the specifics about it. If on that specific day there were any control valves, line or manual valves, or electric actuators that needed to be repaired, they would have been shown there as well. Going into the future, we can take a look at valves that need to be repaired at some point into the future. Here in December, we notice that on the 2nd, there are 3 control valves that need to be repaired. Again, opening up the list of those valves shows them here, and I can further investigate and pre-order parts or do anything that I need. So this is the valve calendar. It's a very visual way that allows you to look at your valves that are coming due or past due and make any plans that you need for upcoming repairs or manage repairs that should have been performed. The locations command allows you to manage spare valves for given functional locations. The loops command allows you to connect equipment, whether it's for a P&ID or whether it's for a process safety management or a PSM protected system. You can connect the protected piece of equipment, the over pressure source, the relief valve that is going to act as the relieving component of it, and all of the other associated instruments, whether or not they're inside a VKViewer. The turnaround cloud is a great tool that allows you to take a look at turnarounds that are in progress or look at turnarounds that have occurred in the past. Here you'll see we have the spring 2010 turnaround and all of the related valves and other equipment were in that turnaround. We can go back and take a look at the details form to see any specific we want about any given valve. Here we see an ongoing turnaround, and the ongoing turnaround analysis allows you to generate status reports, allows you to generate any information you need for that Monday morning meeting whenever you need to produce information on the turnaround. Diving deeper into your data can be done in the repair list command. The repair list is essentially a spreadsheet defined by you showing any data points for any repairs you're interested in. Absolutely everything here is configurable by you, and you control what you're looking at, what you're researching, what you're doing your analysis on, everything. The one thing we're going to show here, because most of this is detailed in other demonstrations, is how easily you can interact with your repair facility. Once you find the valve in question, you can easily press the email button, and when you press the email button, you can send a question to your repair facility. The email opens up containing all of the information about the valve that you were on. This allows you to immediately interact with the customer service rep at your facility. The power and flexibility and functionality of VKViewer is unmatched. For over 15 years, we've been solving your problems using ValveKeep and VKViewer. Your local green tag center or mark has been inputting the data for you. You have not had to input a single keystroke, and your valves are already documented more thoroughly than you can imagine. Thank you for watching this demonstration video. There are other more detailed demonstration videos available, and you could also get in touch with your local channel partner or your local GE office to have an on-site demo performed for you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.